now it is that your girl is recording. You know, what's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube family? Why Corey Kenshin keeps leaving YouTube? Until it is that Corey comes back and let us know to what it is, I'm just going to assume it is that my guy's living life. So without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get into this damn reaction. Why Corey Kenshin keeps leaving YouTube? Let's get into this damn video, y'all. Let's do it.
Has built a reputation of not only being one of the biggest gaming channels on YouTube with a sub count of over 17 million subscribers, he's also been known for his frequent hiatuses from the platform where he will abruptly stop uploading for months on end with more often than not complete radio silence on all of his social medias, which leads fans to speculate about what he is up to and when he will inevitably return. So why does a YouTuber like Corey Kenshin with such a big fan base decide to do this? And more importantly, how has he managed to stay relevant and maintain his viewership when so many others in his genre would quickly be forgotten about the moment they stop uploading? Before we get to that though, we have to figure out why Corey Kenshin is so inconsistent with his upload schedule in the first place. To answer that, I decided to go all the way back to when he first started uploading content back in 2009, almost 15 years ago. His first couple of videos are about what you would expect from that time period. Skits and vlogs, typically filmed on a low quality webcam with pretty minimal editing.
This level of YouTube, man, may I add it is my original YouTube was made like 2000, I think it's like October 2007, 2008. I can't remember the year specifically, but this is definitely like that essence YouTube. I think I may have come across Corey's videos back then, but I didn't pay attention to the name or anything like that. It's like, all right, cool. You know, like there's been a lot of stuff it is that I've seen. I'm letting people know it is I'm live on Twitch. I've seen like videos like this and looking back at it, I'm sure it is that Corey may feel the same way of level of cringe. Everybody does, even with myself. I used to post up videos before of like back in high school. I think I gotta do a reaction of like me reacting to myself from high school and and even I'm just like, ugh, just the thought of that is cringe. So yes, this is a time of the essence of YouTube. Pivotal timing here, for sure.
Corey would upload this style of content on and off with pretty minimal results, with a couple of well-performing videos here and there, but for the most part he would not really see any major success with this style of content, which is the main reason why on September 30th, 2011, Corey would post his final video before a 2-year hiatus from the platform, the first of many to come. And something that will be important for later in the video. When Corey came back to YouTube in 2013, he began to upload his first few gameplay videos, more specifically horror gameplays, something that was growing in popularity on YouTube at the time. This was also around the time his channel started to gain momentum, but there was one game in particular that would push his channel's growth to new heights. That game being Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
The game was exploding in popularity at the time, and the amount of YouTube Let's Players that were playing the game and displaying it to their audience were only adding fuel to the fire. So combine the fact that you're already known for being a horror gameplay YouTuber, and a game that's rapidly growing in popularity in your own niche that you're well known for, and you have the recipe for a viral video. And this
Oh, absolutely. I will say it is like, you know, shout outs to Corey and also shout outs to Poise. Poise is a horror game enthusiast, man. I have to give credit when it's due. My guy Poise literally will play horror games, and of course with his jump scares, it's what people love to see. And I see, and of course I know why a lot of y'all want to see horror games out of me. Some people are a lot more good at that than others, and then some other times it is like you gotta literally like you gotta brace yourself to play horror games and stuff because you're already feeling like a bit antsy or anticipation or a jump scare is gonna happen and everything. Like sometimes people cannot handle that. But I will say between Corey and Poised, they do their thing when it comes down to these horror games. What's up, Senju? Last one I played was Resident Evil The Village, and I liked them, but I don't get scared. I don't know. Well, eventually it is like I'm gonna be doing more of horror games, but when I say it is even like when I did Poppy Playtime 3, there was a level of desensitized. I was desensitized throughout like that gameplay, and looking back at it, I'm like, fuck, I didn't even get jump scared at the times it is that I was supposed to be jump scared. So some people are really good at doing this, and then there's other people it's just like, all right, let me just brace myself for this, you know?
Series would prove to be widely successful for Cory as they would gain millions of views and gain him a ton of new subscribers. And from that point on, Cory would remain consistent with his upload schedule, usually posting every day. This would lead his channel to reach 100,000 subscribers by late 2015. It was also at this point where his channel would start growing even more rapidly. About 6 months later, he hit 500,000 subscribers. And then he closed out 2016 with 1 million. And this was only the beginning, as his channel only got more popular with every single passing year. However, it's important to note that during this time period, Cory would become notorious for his breaks from YouTube. He would have a hot streak where he would upload daily and then seemingly disappear for months on end with usually no updates on any of his social media platforms.
I wouldn't say that. I would say when he comes back, he usually addresses what took him long. And y'all gotta understand this, like Cory, I admire Cory a lot because even at the level that he is with 17 million, I'm thinking that's the number that he has currently. This man not only records his own stuff, but he edits his own stuff. And with YouTube, you do not get a manager until it is you hit 100K. And I'm sure it is that there's been plenty of people who have probably offered to edit for Cory, and him still saying like, yo, I want to be able to edit my own stuff. When I tell you it is doing YouTube, it may look fine and dandy when it is that you're watching. When you are a viewer, it is all, you know, you could say whatever it is that you want to say. But until it is you press that live button or you record and then you got to edit your own shit, and however long that takes you to edit, it is not an easy process. And everybody got different editing styles, you know? So I have to give credit to where it is due. That is taxing. And especially to be doing videos like that all the time and dropping, sometimes you're not even in a mental state to where you need to be in that. So I understand the level of breaks. Beforehand, I used to be like, oh, I was like, you know, when are they gonna drop another video? This is and this. And then I'm doing this and I'm like, fuck. Some days it is you don't want to edit. Some days it is you got stuff going on with your family, you know, and I'm pretty sure it is with Cory. He probably like, you know, helping out with his mom. His mom has a salon and everything. I'm pretty sure it is he's helping out with her, helping out with his friends, all that. It is a lot of emotional taxing or mental taxing as well that goes on when you reach to those levels. Like money be fixing issues, but it's just like somebody got to make the money to go ahead and solve it. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at him for taking the breaks, but he usually will let you know coming back. He always comes back. That's one thing about Cory. He's always going to come back. However long it is that takes, he's going to come back and he is going to address it. So I won't say that too much, you know?
Leading fans to guess about when he would come back. Then at random, he would go right back to uploading and the cycle would just continue. In 2018, he took a 4-month break at the beginning of the year and also 2 more shorter ones just in that year alone. So what exactly was the reason for all these abrupt hiatuses from YouTube? Now, while he may have different reasons for each one, I think it's pretty safe to assume that creative burnout was a major factor in this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, usually when a YouTube channel starts growing rapidly, the next step for that YouTuber would be to hire an editor to handle all the video editing work that goes into a video so that the YouTuber would have more time for different things like recording more content or handling merch drops or sponsorships, all of the typical business that comes with running a YouTube channel. But CoryxKenshin was a rare exception to this because even as his channel grew and the demand for more consistent high quality content increased, he never hired an editor. He always did everything himself, and his reasoning behind this decision, according to him, is because he prefers his own style of editing and actually enjoys doing it too, which is a
period. I can't even be mad at that, gang. To do it your own, like your own shit, your own editing style, period. I gotta give credit when it's due.
Completely fair reason, as it gives him complete control of how his videos are gonna look, but the downside to this is that there is a lot of editing that goes into each of Cory's videos, which can be very time consuming to do and stressful when taking into account the fact that he usually uploads daily when he's not on break. So he has to plan the video, spend hours recording it, then on top of all of that, spend some more hours editing, which
and this isn't even including when you record something and like your audio gets fucked. Oh God, when your audio gets corrupted or like something just doesn't work. It is nothing more, especially if you recorded a gameplay. It's different when it's a reaction. A reaction you could always like, even though it is, you can always tell when something is just genuine, a genuine reaction versus something is you've watched before. But a gameplay, especially you've had a couple hours within the gameplay, and something gets corrupted, and something failed, and then you got to recover everything from where you last had the video at or where you first started at. That is enough right there. I see why it is niggas smash their equipment off over that. That's enough right there to just like, oh fuck that. Fuck this. Like fuck off. I'm going to bed. You'll see that and just get pissed. I understand. I wholeheartedly with my chest understand that. If you ever had corrupted anything, video, audio, whatever the case may have you, and you got a gameplay, oh yeah, nah, that's just not. Because when you got to do it all over again, man.
To someone
That
who
shit
isn't a
hurts.
content creator might not sound like much, but if you're a YouTuber, you know that shit is absolutely exhausting sometimes. Now, my personal opinion, if something is your job and it's how you make your money, then leaving for half a year just because you're a bit tired of the content grind doesn't really make too much sense. It would honestly be better if he either uploaded only a few times a week or just decided to hire a video editor at that.
I mean, it's easy to say that when it is you're not doing this. I used to say stuff like this too, but everybody's mental state is different when it comes down to doing content creation. Everybody, like, not everybody has that same level. And especially meeting Corey and talking with him and seeing him at DreamCon, that was a big, huge step that he does not do. That man stays relatively within his quarters. And most of the time, most big content creators are introverts. They're homebodies. And now you put yourself like you're a known person. You're a known figure, celebrity, streamer, content creator, whatever. And you are a homebody and you're out with different people. You don't know what the fuck about to happen. You're like, you don't know if it is you gonna say something that, like, what if I trip and I fall? What if, like, I say something and then the niggas look at me like, what? Or like, God forbid, if somebody do something to you, that is such anxiety inducing right there. And that even for somebody that is as an extrovert like myself, you gotta think like that. So I can't say it is that it's an excuse. It really, unless if it is like you're in this and you do this for real, then you will never know. It's fine and dandy to have a conversation and talk about this outside the club. But when you in this bitch, but man,
That point. Because imagine someone who worked a 9-to-5 job, if they just decided to leave for months on end and just came back to work one day like nothing was out of the ordinary. He would probably be fired right there on the spot. But
Hey,
Cory
listen.
knows he can get away with leaving YouTube because he knows his viewers will wait for his return and his viewership will stay the same, if not only increase.
Oh, yeah,
This
that
is
shit will
because
increase.
CoryKenshin is pretty much immune to becoming irrelevant, and this is for a few reasons. The first one being that he's already quite well known for taking breaks because he's been doing it for years at this point. His viewers will see that he hasn't uploaded in a while, and
Wait, let me see this.
it's because he's been doing it for years.
I think Corey takes too many breaks. To say he takes too many breaks is a bit unfair, especially when we know nothing behind the scenes. Content creators only put out what? And thank you. I'm glad somebody it is that said that at the bottom. There is a level of entitlement is that y'all have sometimes on us. You're like, oh, I think it is that he takes too many breaks. Man, if you only knew the shit that goes on behind the scenes, like when we don't are not live, not recording and stuff like that, it's a bit selfish to think like that.
Years at this point. His viewers will see that he hasn't uploaded in a while and just assume he's on break and will return just like he has every single time. These hiatuses have unintentionally built a cult-like fan base of people who are always left wanting more from him, and they never know when he's gonna come back either because he just doesn't update his fans when he's gone. It's actually a psychology trick from the 48 Laws of Power that rappers like Playboi Carti have even used to their advantage. The second reason is that his content has a huge replayability factor.
Oh,
Videos that he uploaded years ago are still being discovered by people who have never watched him before. They start binging his content and they eventually subscribe, and then they wait until he posts a new video, which is actually how he was able to reach 10 million subscribers without posting a single video in that time period. The third reason is that he's honestly just too big to fail at this point. CoryxKenshin's fame has reached a point where he's become somewhat of a household name. I'm not joking, literally almost everyone in my high school knew who Cory was. So just imagine how popular he is for the younger generation and just how much of an impact he has on them. I mean, he just made a cameo in the new Five Nights at Freddy's movie, so there's definitely no question that he's at least pretty well known. And those are pretty much the reasons why he can't really fall off at this point. At the time of this recording, was
that a Young Poise?
And those are pretty much the reasons why he can't really fall off at this point.
Oh my god, that's Poise and T! Oh, the younger version of them. That's so
he's
cute.
At least pretty well known. And those are pretty much the reasons why he can't really fall off at this point. At the time of this recording, it's already been over half a year since he last uploaded, yet he could probably upload a video tomorrow and it would probably go on the trending page with millions of views.
Oh,
so it looks like CoryxKenshin will most likely come back to YouTube soon because he knows he has a very loyal fan base that will always wait for him no matter how long he's gone for.
I'm waiting for that Poppy Playtime 3 gameplay. I'm waiting for that too, but I'm patient. I'm patient. Whenever it is he decides he's gonna drop is when he drops.
And he'll probably also take even more breaks after that if we're being completely honest here, but there's no doubt that when it comes to YouTube, CoryxKenshin is one of the most influential gaming creators out there. And when it's all said and done and he eventually leaves for good, he'll definitely be remembered for quite a long time.
I don't think that he, you know, I'm pretty sure it is that he will let us know it is to be done, you know? Like YouTube is definitely it shouldn't be the end all be all when it comes down to the income, but it's definitely a stepping stone to what it is you want to do next. So how old is Poise? I do believe Poise is in his 30s too. But you know, like YouTube is definitely a stepping stone for the next things in life that what it is that you want to do. So I'm curious to see what Cory's gonna talk about coming back. You know, I'm pretty sure he's gonna acknowledge the elephant in the room of being gone since since DreamCon, damn near. But you know, I'm excited to see when he decides to come back and everything. I'm happy for him. I really am. But yes, Spliffy, shout outs to you for the video. Shout outs to y'all in the chat, and shout outs to you at home. I will catch y'all in the next video.